Thank God for people like you that can keep this history going, because there's history there.
Research. That's where the joy lies, and the fascination. Let the others scurry about gathering their contemporary bits of gossip. This is where the meat is found.
My father worked for Alcoa, which is a steel company. You know, Pittsburgh is steel mills. It was a big steel mill town, okay? And he didn't work for them like as labor. He bought his aluminum siding from them, type thing. So he did very well in this business, and he's a good schmoozer, and he could sell ice to an Eskimo, you know? And he was friends with Rocky Marciano. Now, how did I know this? One day, we had a split-level house in a very nice, rich area of Pittsburgh, and one day I went downstairs to the den, which is where my father's office was, but it was also where there was a TV and some books, and I was looking for a book. And I just went down there, and I knew he had someone in there, but I could just go in and get something and come out. And this, brawny-looking man, my father stopped me and said, Shawn, do you know who this is? How would I know? I was 13 years old, you know. And he said, this is a very famous heavyweight boxer. His name is Rocky Marciano. And he looked at me, and I remember he had on a turtleneck. So, in 1969, which is when if I was 13, it would be 1969. If he was wearing a turtleneck in Pittsburgh, it must have been the autumn time. No. I don't think it was winter. No. I don't remember that.
No.
Okay, I don't know I know he died not long after that. This is the thing I'm getting to. So Rocky had on a nice jacket, a very, in those days, like the lapels were wide, right? And I remember it was like not a check, not a herringbone, but like a plaid, a tweed. And he had on a turtleneck sweater underneath it. And why I remember that, I don't know, but I just remember that. And he shook my hand, he said, how do you do, young lady? And I said, I didn't know what it meant to be a heavyweight boxer, and my father was so into sports. Oh my God. I mean, this is just a whole different world to me. I was not interested, okay? I was a writer, I was sensitive, I was highly intuitive or psychic, whatever you want to say. And so, I just shook his hand and said, nice to meet you, got my book and left. And that was it. But I know that he and my father were friends because my father said to me when he died, I don't know how much longer it was after he had that plane wreck, but I remember my father saying to me, he was very upset. So he said to me, he was very cut up. I've never seen my father cry. He cried at his mother's funeral. That's the only time I ever saw my dad cry. Very tough guys. Men back then, they didn't do this. You understand this,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And he said, very cut up about friend of mine who died. And I said, oh really, Dad? Who was that? So he told me it was Rocky Marciano, the boxer, and I said, oh my God. And I had remembered meeting him, and I said, I'm sorry, Dad. And he said, the thing is, and this is what I remember, this is why I remember it was Rocky, because he said he was decapitated. I said, he told me, I didn't ask. Mm-hmm. He said he was decapitated in a plane crash. I mean, even to hear those words at my age, you understand?
Yeah.
So it was rough. He was very upset. And I think anyone who had any connection was shocked. Who wouldn't be?
This is Rocky Marciano. When I held the heavyweight title, they called me the Bronson Blockbuster. You'll find out why.
Thank God for people like you that can keep this history going, because there's history there. And it's history that has never been repeated.
So I kind of hesitated talking to you at the beginning, but when I read the book, I changed my mind.
Yeah, I'd like to see it do better. I mean, I like you, John, and I know, man, you put a lot of work into this, man, and I just would like to see you, get something out of it for your efforts and the work. And as a family member, you've written about things and interviewed people, things that I haven't heard before that were exciting. And
I think that you're really, really getting it down. And I'm not saying that you're not getting lucky. You certainly are. Keep looking for that balance.
There's a champion inside of you. If you know just what to do, your dreams